Palladium, palladium, palladium. Everybody's talking about gold, 4,000 in the spot. Milestone, no question. But you want to know where the real rally is in the precious metals? Look at this chart. Palladium is breaking out, monster breakout. You need to know what's happening there. This is the next big trade in precious metals. Let's go. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month. All right, well, let's take a look at gold real quick. And while I roll up the gold chart, here we go. Quick update on me. As you can tell, I'm in civilian clothes today. I'm at the airport launch in Frankfurt, flying to New York. So this is the other side of bull market's lifestyle. We have done the bull market for the past year and a half, and we hit it really well with the commodity supercycle. And this is not the end, not even close. We're gonna make so much money, and it's gonna be easy money, not complicated. The lifestyle side of bull market's lifestyle is traveling, enjoying your life, doing what you love. New York is mostly business, but hey, if you can't have fun in New York, I don't know where you're gonna have fun. I tell you what's also fun, the precious metals. So gold is not stopping. It is absolutely crazy. We hit 4,000 in the spot, 4,200, as you remember. That was my original target for the breakout, but I thought we would hit that in 2026. It is absolutely bonanza, and at some point it's gonna correct, and that leads us to, hey, where is the next hot precious metal rally forming? And that leads us right to palladium. Look at the palladium chart. Incredible breakout. It's finally there. We had it in July, and it turned out to be a bull trap. But now, as you can see, we have the breakout, we have the confirmation, we have a new yearly high, and absolutely nobody is invested in palladium right now. Everybody needs to buy it. Now, is it a precious metal? It's not even a precious metal. It's an industrial metal, right? It's used, as you know, in the combustion engines of cars. Car market, traditional car market with combustion engines, double. So obviously, that is one of the problems that palladium has. But it is part of the PMG group, the precious metals group. So at some point, it will attract capital. Silver ripped, gold ripped, platinum did really well. Palladium also did well, but not as well as the other three. As you know, I've been a palladium bull for a long time. Actually, it was my hot investment of the year, if you watched the video at the end of last year predicting for 2025. And it played out nicely if you compare the performance of palladium against the S&P or even the Mag 7s. I was right on that, but nothing obviously compared to gold or silver or platinum. But maybe the fourth quarter is the charm for palladium, and it will rip, because let me show you how important that yellow resistance zone is. And if we get a weekly close on a new yearly high, that will be big. Look at this. We love this formation. Remember, bottoming formations, breaking out of the base. That was the formation that made us all the money this year. Next year, probably different formations, probably more trend following formations. But for this year, because we had the turnaround in the commodities, bottoming formations, building out the base, breaking out of the base, that is the formation that made you all the money. And palladium is one of the few where this just happened. As you can see, we've been in a bottoming basing formation since 2023, and we just broke out of it. The last precious metal. Absolutely amazing. You can see here, yeah, it's only Wednesday, so the weekly candle is not that strong yet. But if this holds, just holds, or even gives up a little bit, right, then you can see we have a breakout on the weekly, extremely bullish. That purple W formation that I drew in when I told you to get in palladium, I think it was around here the last time. paid off big time. So, what's the story with palladium? We know, combustion engines, that's not great. The real story is Russia. What you need to know about palladium and platinum is that Russia is one of the leading producers of both metals. Now, this has happened in the past. This is how I know about it, and you can read about it too. When the war started and Russia invaded Ukraine, and the war started to take way longer than anticipated by the Russians, they started selling their palladium, everything they had on their shelves. The same way they're selling oil at dumping prices, right? They sold palladium at any price they could get, which was not high because palladium hasn't been very high in the past years. As you have seen, we talked about the bottoming formation. Because they need to finance their war. The question then is, at what point does Russia run out of pre-produced palladium, right? What's on the shelf is gone, it's sold, it's empty, and therefore, then the oversupply is gone. And then palladium rips like a rubber band. That's exactly what happened the last time. That's what I'm betting on for this trade, which hasn't happened yet, but we will see what's happening now. As you saw, palladium looks really, really good now. This is a super formation, and as you can see, while I do not see how we're going to reach the highs of 2022, I do think, because people are so underinvested in palladium, that if people just start to invest in it, we can easily go to 1,500, and I think the real zone we're talking about is probably something like 1,700 to 1,800. Easy money being made here. Because again, everybody needs to get in on palladium. Nobody's in it. At some point, gold, silver will go through a consolidation. What will happen? Some of the speculative money will leave the sector, go somewhere else, crypto, AI, quantum computing, whatever, cannabis, whatever is hot. The long-term buyers, so the central banks, the family offices, the hedge funds, the institutions, the money managers, they're not selling. But this other group of the speculative people that don't want to leave the precious metal sector, right, that are starting to understand, there's this legit super cycle happening here. They're going to start looking around. They're like, where can I rotate my money? The same way you're familiar with it from the stock market, where you rotate from tech to financials to healthcare. This will happen now too. Now, a lot of people will probably won't like to invest in the industrial metals, maybe except copper. So they'll rotate and they'll look, well, what is still way below all-time highs, which is a catch-up trade that leads them right to palladium and platinum, but most of all palladium, and that's exactly what's happening. And then on top, we get the joker with the Russia situation that nobody knows, obviously, how much reserves they have left in palladium after this is now year 4 of the war. Probably the Russians don't know either, with all the corruption and cooking the books and everything going on there. And that's what happened the last time. All of a sudden, the supply was just gone. And then the palladium price ripped. And when the palladium price rips, because it's such an underinvested metal, you can see in the past, I mean, it just burns to the upside. Look at these, like going absolutely supernova, right? And this might be what's happening. I don't know this. Nobody knows this. The Russians don't know this. But we get this as like a freebie joker on top of this already great chart pattern. Yeah, I love it. We're taking it. That's bull markets lifestyle. That's making easy money. So I got to catch my flight. I wish you a great day. We'll talk soon. Next time from New York. Bye-bye.